Hey there, and welcome to another G.I. Joe Classified Series action figure review. Today we're taking a look at Scarlett. She is the Classified Series Figure 05 release from Hasbro. Alright, let's take a look at this box. You can tell real quick there's not a lot of accessories. We got some things here and some things there. We got her in the middle. Let's take a look on this right side. We got some artwork. Look at that right here. There's some really neat stuff. It looks like she's going after an alley viper, parachuting into the alley viper. She's charging off to the battlefield, and I think up here she's become like Scarlet Hulk or something. That's green. The art is really cool. Even if I don't like the lack of consistency through this line, the art is cool. Let's flip to the back, and here's the really awesome overall G.I. Joe action pose. This is the closest thing we're going to get to a cross sale. It's just got all these different characters all through it. And so, anyway, no real cross sale, no file card, disappointed. But that's all right, I guess. We'll flip over here to the right. You know, I said the right side earlier. This is the right side. The other side was the left side. We have the figure number 05 down here. We have these abilities. I've been calling them attributes, but I discovered I was wrong, and these are her abilities, the closest thing we're going to get to a file card on the box. You could actually go to gijoe.com and search her character up, and you'll get a more expanded bio. So what do these abilities tell us about her? Well, there are 4 of them right there. The first one is intelligence. The second one is arrow weapons. The third one is martial arts. And the fourth one is classified. So let's dive a little bit deeper in what do these mean. Well, intelligence, this is level 4, means she is skilled at secretly collecting mission critical data. Arrow weapons, and this is level 2, says she uses sharp and projectile weapons. And martial arts is a level 3. She uses a highly disciplined form of hand-to-hand combat. And the last one, classified, which is a level 4, means she has information, skills, and or equipment that is too secret to reveal. So you can kind of get a little base of who her character is from this. All right, let's get this character, let's get her out of this box so we can really take a look. Be right back. All right, we're back. She's out of the package, and her accessories are down here. They're a little bit difficult to see because they are black. My base is black, and there's absolutely no other colors on any of those accessories, which is a shame. It'd been nice to have maybe some highlights or some other colors on there. Anyway, real quick, I pulled out the innards of the package. This is the insert, the cardboard insert, and if you haven't realized it yet, they make a really cool background for the character. If you're going to display the figure up on a shelf or something, you could pull this out. It has her number, it has her abilities, and it even has her name on it. And just plopping her there, standing up, or in an action pose could be a really cool background and a quick way of identifying whatever you might need to identify. All right, well, let's get rid of this. Let's get into the figure business. Let's look at her and see what's... Oh, one thing I'm going to mention real quick before we go any further, I'm going to turn her around. She is wearing a quiver, and we'll talk more about this in a minute. But be real careful when you're opening her and taking her out of that flimsy plastic clear piece, because her quiver base is actually tucked in there, and this is not the strongest. This is kind of flimsy, if you can see that there. So you may end up accidentally bending, or oops, I got her belt turned around. You may end up bending that out of shape before you really fully get her out of the box. So anyway, there's a quick unboxing tip. All right, well, she's got what I would call 5 accessories. Let's take a peek at them real quick. She's got 3 knives. Yep, that's right, 3 knives. These 2 are identical. This one is different. Sorry, my fingers are in the way. These are tiny knives. The left one goes in the front of her quiver, and these last 2 that are trying to fall out of my fingers go on the back side of the quiver, and I'll show you that in a bit. She also comes with this crossbow. It's really kind of cool looking, but unfortunately it can separate, and I consider this two pieces because, well, it separates, so it can separate pretty easily. Be careful. This part is, I would consider, the most fragile of all the accessories, so you want to be careful with that. It can bend and it might break pretty easy, but otherwise, this is a really cool little crossbow, even if it's all black with no highlights. I find this Scarlett to be pretty cool looking. She doesn't look like version 1 from the classic A Real American Hero O-Ring series. She doesn't actually really look like any of them. Maybe the closest Scarlett figure she might be like would be from 2002, the first O-Ring figures after they had removed the O-Ring. Anyway, so that may be the closest figure she resembles, but she still generally doesn't really resemble any other Scarlett figures. I do like her. She's really cool. She's got a lot of neat colors, some really neat detailing. So yeah, she's got about 35 to 38 points of articulation. She's a little bit different than the other ones. She does not have the ab crunch feature. She only has one hinge at the elbow, not the double pin elbows. So there's a few differences between her and the other characters so far. Now, she does have two removable pieces. You can remove this quiver around her torso, and the belt actually can come off. You can get them pulled down over her hips. I've done it. It's possible. A little work, and then you can even get it put back on. So those are two removable pieces. Now we're going to zoom in and take a look at the figure a little bit closer if my camera... There we go. Now, that's as good as I can do it, but look at that face. She is probably has to have, besides Snake Eyes, masked face, she's got to have probably one of the best looking faces of all of these figures. I don't know if my camera and lights really show it off, but she's got these really cool freckles on her cheeks, right below her eyes, and it's one of the coolest little details I've ever seen on an action figure. I know all you Marvel Legends people probably have had some really cool looking faces and sculpts and everything, but I'm not down that road, so I think that's really pretty cool. Now, Scarlett is usually a redhead, and I think she's supposed to be a redhead here, but for some reason, her hair is orange. It's more orange looking than red. Look, this is red, that's orange. So I would have to say she had a beauty parlor hair coloring, issue at some point, because she came out orange. If any of you out there have red, let me know. I'd be interested to know if there is actually a red-headed version of the figure. I would like to get that version. One of the things most people may have mentioned about these classified figures is the usage of gold, and the other figures haven't been so blaringly obvious that to me it's been a problem. With her, I'm not going to say it's a problem, but the gold is really obvious. You've got it on her boots, on her arms, on her torso armor, her belt buckle. It's actually all over the place, and you do notice it. The lights really help shine it up too. Does that bother me? It doesn't really bother me. She does kind of look like she has maybe a sci-fi outfit. She's kind of doing, some armor. What does kind of bother me, because I don't understand, is what this is here for. This left shoulder guard. I know in some places people have put shields on their shoulders. They'll take them off and then they've got them for a shield. I don't think that's the case here. So I'd be really fascinated to know what the design purpose for that shoulder pad is. Let's show you where the knives attach. So she's got this one knife that is different than all the others, and it will slide right up there like that on the front of her quiver. She's got the back of the quiver, and I'm just going to point out something here real quick. Her quiver looks kind of weird because these look like arrows to me, and they look like the backs of arrows, but then they go up and I don't see fronts of arrows. Usually you put an arrow point down. Maybe these are the points, but then I don't see the backs of the arrows. I just find this kind of a strange looking design. That's just me personally. We've got these two identical knives, and they will fit right down in there like so. I haven't said like so in a while. So you've got a couple knives in the quiver, so at any point she could just reach back if she needs to. She can't quite do it, but she could, if she could reach, and pull out that knife and defend herself. She's got a crossbow we can just put right here in her hand, and see what I mean? It's a bit fragile. I'm going to set her down. We're going to hook this together. I'm glad that happened naturally on camera, so you all believe me. So you got to be a little bit careful putting it in her hand. One thing I've noticed about the hands of these figures, or the fingers, they're really tight. You have to really pry them. I think I'm going out of focus here. Let's get back in focus. You have to really pry these fingers away. And then you can tuck guns and crossbows and so forth. But there's her crossbow right there, awkwardly in her arm. Can do something else there. Cool. All right, well, let's take a look at the articulation. I kind of skipped that up to now. Get this out of her hand, off her finger. So we're going to leave the quiver on. So she's got what we're getting used to and what we're used to as standard articulation, except for she's missing the ab crunch and double elbow pins. But she can rotate her head around quite nicely. She can look up and down. And even with the ponytail there, she can still move around really pretty good. She's got the neck joint, which down in here, there's a little ball or something that allows her... She's just really wiggly all over. Better be careful here. I keep going out of focus. She's really wiggly all over. She's got a nice torso wiggle there. And her waist even has a bit of a nice wiggle there. She can bring her shoulders... Her arms up about here, but notice that shoulder pad is giving her some hindrance here. Her shoulders and arms will rotate all the way around, so will her elbows, and she's got the single hinge for the elbows. I'm kind of contorting her all over the place. Her wrists will rotate around, and they do have a hinge on them. The right hand has an up and down hinge. The left hand has a back and forth hinge. Moving on to the waist, her legs, actually, she's got probably the worst splits of all the figures. She cannot get her legs up flat like all the others. And being a martial artist, you would think she would get them all the way. She can move around. She's got the thigh swivel twist thing. One thing is I do like that she also has the leg, the little crotch, whatever, waist, hip rotation. That's really cool for extra flexibility. She's got double pin knees. She's got the rotatable calves, which are up here at the boots. They're doing really good at hiding, I think, that articulation. And her legs or her ankles will rotate, and it's got the hinge on it. Now we've got her like all out of sorts here. We can do a really cool super pose. A Scarlett pose. There we go. It actually kind of worked out. Usually my poses on video, on the spur of the moment, don't work as well as I want them to. But there you go. There she is. She's all posed up and trying to fall forward. There. We can just get that and aim that away. And you can't see her face. Well, not much. There, we'll do that. I do use figure stands for some of these figures, and I get them from Small Joe's. Two of the pegs seem to fit really, really, really well on them. There's the Small Joe's upside down logo. But anyway, I like these quite a bit, so if you're looking for some figure stands, see, there it goes. You gotta be careful with this crossbow. All right, well, I think I'm done talking at you. I hope you learned something. I hope you found this helpful and informative. Let's not end the video out of focus while we're at it. Hit that like button if this has been helpful. And if you want to be notified when more G.I. Joe classified figures come out, then please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon, because I'm planning on covering all the G.I. Joe classified product. It's all on pre-order. So when we get it, we'll get it. Anyway, thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video.